Welcome to Suhail's Paramedical Nursing Academy. In this lecture, I am going to explain about physiology and anatomy of the cell. So I was explaining the nursing foundation. Before I was in the previous lecture I was explaining the nursing foundation. In nursing foundation I was explaining vital signs and I have completed body temperature. And then I will continue the vital signs also parallelly. That is pulse will be the next. But in addition to nursing foundation, physiology and anatomy will also run. Physiology, anatomy, nutrition, biochemistry, and other subjects, suppose microbiology, biochemistry. These are subjects will run parallelly. But today I am going to explain the topic of physiology. That is, the topic is the basic. We will start the physiology from the basic. This topic is for all the whether it is any paramedical course or or whether it is BSc nursing. In the first year, particularly in first year, there is anatomy and physiology there, and in physiology also, in anatomy also, there is about the cell physiology and cell anatomy. Cell physiology and cell anatomy. So today I am going to explain about the cell. Why I have taken the first part, cell? Because cell is the basic part of the when we are able to know about the cell, then only we can proceed for the higher concept. So first we should know what the cell is. First of all, we should know about the cell. See here, I am going to explain about the cell. First of all, every living organism in the universe, consists of cell, consists of a cell. Except there are some exceptions. Every living organism, I will write here, every living organism consists of cells. But remember one thing, there are exceptions for that. There are exceptions also. There are viruses, there are viroids, there are prions. Viruses are considered as both living as well as non-living. And when they are considered as living, but they are considered as living also, non-living also. Living inside the host, they are living, viruses. Outside the host, viruses are non-living. But the thing is that viruses are living inside the host, but they don't have the cellular structure. They are acellular. They are viruses over here. I will write except all living organisms consist of cells except viruses. And there are viroids also. Viruses, viroids, and prions. So if we go to the 11th 12th class, there are this concept is explained broadly there. That in 5 kingdom classification, there is in 5 kingdom classification as per Robert H. Whittaker. As per Robert H. Whittaker, there is 5 kingdom classification, and in 5 kingdom classification there was 5 kingdoms. But the virus is not there. Viruses are not there. Prions are not there because they are not cellular structures. They are acellular structures. Viruses, and prions are acellular structures. That is why these viruses, viroids, and prions are acellular. See, viruses we are calling acellular. Acellular means they don't have cellular structure. They don't have cellular structure. In addition to that, viruses are acellular, and they are what? They are living inside the cell. They are living inside the host. They are living only inside the host. Outside they are non-living. But they don't have the cellular structure. Prions, viruses don't have the cellular structure. That's why they are considered living. This is the exception for it. Otherwise, all the living organisms consist of cells. Here I am explaining what are the organisms there who are made up of cells. As per the Robert Whittaker 5 kingdom classification, the first I will go to the 11th class because this will be the introduction class for the cell. This lecture will be most helpful for all the ongoing sections, because in this section, if we are knowing about the cell, definitely then only we can move forward. If we don't know about the cell, how can we study other functions of the body? So here I am telling about as per Robert H. Whittaker 5 kingdom classification. There is what? There are 5 kingdoms. One is Monera kingdom. Another is Protozoa, Protista kingdom, Monera, and kingdom Fungi, kingdom Animalia, and kingdom Plantae. So these are the five kingdoms as per 5 kingdom classification. In Monera there are we all know bacteria, bacteria are coming there, eubacteria or archaebacteria. They are coming in the Monera. And Protista, in Protista we all know what are coming in the Protista. Suppose we are Entamoeba histolytica, Amoeba we are knowing, Entamoeba histolytica, Amoeba we are knowing. And suppose we know about the malaria. Malaria is caused by different types of plasmodiums. They all are coming in the Protista kingdom. They all are coming in the Protista. And in fungi, we all know fungi. They cause itching or any other skin problems are there. That is because of fungi. Another kingdom, Animalia. And Animalia kingdom, there was animals. Human was also placed in the kingdom Animalia, and plant is a different kingdom. So these all consists of cells. Everyone is having the cell. But here, what I am going to explain, I am not going to explain about the deep. I am not going to explain about the sieve. Otherwise, if I will explain the cell, it will take approximately 5 or 6 lectures. If I tell only basic about the, so I don't want to go in the deep section. Then no one will see the lecture. So now what I am going to say, I am going to tell only about the physiology and anatomy. That will be helpful for all the paramedical courses, and particularly also another that is BSc nursing. So what I told, every living organism consists of cells, and except these 3 organisms. Another point is, cell is the structure. Cell is the, what is cell? What is the definition of cell? Cell is the structural and structural. Cell is the, we can say, we can say here like this way, cell is the basic structural and functional unit of living organism. Functional unit of living organism. Functional unit of, here we are going to explain living organism, here human being. We will study the cell of human being. We will not go to the deep. That is basic structure of human being. Or it can be any other person. Here I will write in the bracket organism. I told who are the organism. I already told which organisms are having cell. So I told that it is the basic. First thing is it is the basic structure. If we find the human being, suppose when we are taking any organism, first suppose we will take a human being. In the human being, we all are having cells. The first unit, the first building block, the first structural unit is the cell. When we take a one cell, the combination of many cells, 1 cell, 2 cell, 3 cell, 4 cell, 5, when many cells combine and they form a group of cells. When the group of cells having a same origin, when the group of C's, this is a cell, suppose this is a cell. Why I say the basic structure and functional unit? It is basic structure and functional unit. This is the suppose cell. The cell will undergo for division. It will form 2 cells, then 4 cells, then it will be going, it will form a group of cells. Remember one thing, it will form a tissue. It will form a tissue. See, what is tissue? What is tissue? One cell was there. The cell will undergo division. The cell will undergo growth and development. Whenever there is growth and development, whenever there is division of cells, there will be a group of cells. And the group of cells having the common origin, and they will perform any function, any particular function. The group of cells is called as tissue. They will form the tissue. When different tissues combine together, they will form the tissue system. When the tissues combine together, they will form organ. When many organs perform a complex function, they will form organ system. Like that, this is going on, and definitely there will be a formation of complex human body. So first we came from the cell. Cell is the structural unit. Then we will reach to the human body, the complex organization of the human body. So this was all about the cell. Here what I am going to explain, basic structure there. It is the basic structure, the basic component of the organism, and is the functional unit. The function is carried out inside the cell. Whatever is happening in the human body, this all is happening inside the cell. So it is the functional unit of human body. Actually here, see, what is the point? What I am going to say now, I hope everyone have noted this, what I have told already. I will tell about the, what, see, I will give homework for you all. First, before I am going to tell the cell, if you go for the cell has different types. I will tell this in the micro, when I will start the microbiology, then during the introduction class, there will be 2 introduction classes, 2 or 3. I will tell, in the introduction classes, I will tell about the cell. Types of cell I will explain broadly there, but here I will give some ideas. Cell will be of 2 types. One is eukaryotic cell, another is prokaryotic cell. prokaryotic cell, or there is one more there, that is mesokaryotic, but we will not go into the deep. We will tell about eukaryotic and prokaryotic. In eukaryotic, remember where is eukaryotic found and where is prokaryotic found? Prokaryotic cell is found in case of bacteria. In case of bacteria, remember, in case of bacteria, that I told already, Monera, kingdom Monera is having prokaryotic cell, and we will go into the eukaryotes. In case of eukaryotes, it may be fungi, it may be animal, maybe plant, it may be any other, it may be protista. There is what? There is a cell is called as eukaryotic. In eukaryotic cell, we are coming also, that is humans will be, we are having eukaryotic cell. We are having the cell we are having is eukaryotic. What is the eukaryotic cell? I will draw the structure here. The structure, there is difference in the structure between human cell, that is eukaryotic cell, as well as bacteria cell, because bacteria also we have to study in the microbiology, then the structure of bacteria will be different. Today I will tell only about the cell of human. Today I am going to tell about human cell. Human cell. See one thing, in case of human cell, I will tell one theory. I am going to tell one theory, that is cell theory. Cell theory. What the cell theory says? Cell theory, what the cell theory says? The cell theory says every living organism is made up of cells. Every living organism is consists of basic components, that is cell. This is the first cell theory. The first we can say what the cell theory told. The first point is every living organism consists of cells. Every living organism consists of cells. This was the first point that was told by. Every living organism consists of basic component, that is cell. Consists of cell. So this was the first point of cell theory. Then cell theory told what? Cell theory told that every living organism consists of cell. In every living organism there is protoplasmic mass. There is protoplasmic mass covered by plasma membrane, and in case of plants there is also cell membrane. This was told by what? Cell theory. Cell theory told that every organism consists of basic units, that is called a cell. Those are cells, and a cell is a protoplasmic mass where there is presence of nucleus. I will also tell there are exceptions also where there will be no nucleus. I will explain the later. What are the examples here? We don't have the nucleus, but cell theory, that they are the drawbacks of cell theory. That is why there is another theory, that is modified cell theory, or we can say cell principle. That is another. But here it was all about the cell theory. What cell theory told about us. And one more point is, I will not go to this was introduction, just introduction, what cell theory told about us. And cell theory also told one more thing, that suppose I told that in case of cell there is protoplasmic mass. I will tell what is this? Covered by plasma membrane, and there is presence of cell membrane in case of eukaryotes. And this cell theory was given by Matthews, Jacob Sheldon, and Theodore de Chivon. The cell theory was given by Matthew, Jacob Sheldon, and Theodore de Chivon. You can search from the book also, it will be written there. This was all about the cell theory. So they gave the basic idea. First theory they gave best what is cell. Now I will go to the cell. Who discovered cell? Actually cell theory, there are many points in cell theory also. I am not taking all the points of cell theory because it will take a lot of time. I am going to explain only the important points. See here, what is the largest cell? Largest cell in the because this is interesting part also. Largest cell is where? Which is the largest cell? You can tell if you know which is the largest cell in the world, in the whole world. That is ostrich egg. Ostrich egg is the largest. Ostrich egg is the largest cell in the whole world, in the universe. Ostrich egg is the largest cell. And what is the smallest cell? I hope smallest cell. We are the medical students. All the medical students should know about smallest cell. Those who are studying about sinus, they should know about which is the smallest cell, that is mycoplasma. It was previously, mycoplasma was previously called as Pleurio pneumonia-like organism. PPLO, Pleurio pneumonia-like organism. Okay. Why it was called? Because in the first it was considered that it was as per scientists, they told that it was mycoplasma that was causing pneumonia, pneumonia like organism. So it was like a similar to the pneumonia organism. That is why it was called mycoplasma was called pneumonia like organism. And this is the only organism. This is the mycoplasma is the only it is the only bacteria that is not having the cell wall. That is different. I believe that point. But mycoplasma is also called as people. It is the smallest cell. Remember one thing. It is the bacteria. It is the bacteria. See here, largest cell, smallest cell, which is in the human body. In case of human body, largest cell. Which is the largest cell? Which is the largest cell in the human body? Tell. Which is the largest cell in case of human body? This is also important for us. Largest cell in case of human body is what? It is egg. Female egg. We all know egg. Womb. We can say womb or egg. Egg or womb we can say in case of female is the largest cell in the human body. And if we say about the smallest cell in the human body, it is in the human body. I am saying these 2 points are for human body. It will be what? Smallest cell will be, it will be sperm. It will be sperm is the smallest cell. Sperm is the smallest cell. Now I will tell about, if the question was asked what is the longest cell. See, mostly what students are doing, if there is written largest, they don't know the difference. One is largest, another is longest. As per length, that is longest. As per whole three-dimensional network, three-dimensional structure, that is called a largest. If it is largest, that is egg or womb. If it is smallest, it is sperm. If the question is asked which is the longest, then the answer will be the longest cell is what? If the sperm, here I will tell. If it was asked what is which is longest cell in the human body, the longest cell in the human body is what? Is the neuron. Neuron is not the largest cell. Neuron is not the, remember this, it is the longest cell in the human body. This was one more point that I told about the introduction of the cell. Now I am going to tell about the most important part that can be asked in case of anatomy examination or physiology examination. That is the structure of the cell. That is structure of cell. See here what I am going to tell. Structure of cell. Cell structure. I am going to draw the cell structure. You all should see what I am going to show. Suppose, remember, here I am going to, I told already there are different types of cells. Here I am going to talk about the human cell that we have to study. See, this is the human cell. Okay, this is the human cell, and this external structure is called as, the external covering of the cell is called as plasma membrane. Is called as plasma membrane. Plasma membrane is called as plasma membrane. The external covering of the cell. In case of humans, in the protoplasm, this is called protoplasm. The external structure is called as plasma membrane that covers the cell, and it is, or sometimes it is called as cell membrane also. I will explain some points about plasma membrane in detail, but this time I will tell first the parts. Plasma membrane. See, inside the plasma membrane, there will be nucleus. This is the nucleus. Remember, this is nucleus. This is nucleus inside, and in nucleus nucleus will be connected with what? Nucleus will be connected with the endoplasmic reticulum. Inside the nucleus there will be a dark structure that is called as nucleus. That is nucleus, and inside there will be also double-stranded DNA, that is chromosome. Double-stranded DNA is chromosome. See, it was the plasma membrane. This is, and here there will be some protein. See, this is plasma membrane. This is called a nucleus. And inside the nucleus there is what? Inside the nucleus there is a dark body that is called a nucleolus. Nucleolus. I will tell what are these after that. Nucleolus. Inside the nucleus there is DNA. Here in case of humans, it is double-stranded linear DNA. Double-stranded linear DNA. And this DNA, if this DNA is in the interphase, we will call this as chromatin. If it is in the M phase, if it is in the M phase, then we will call this as chromatin because it will be more dense. So leave that point, I will tell later. First I told this is double strand DNA, this is nucleolus, this is inside the nucleus there is what? Double strand DNA and nucleolus, and nucleolus there is connection, nucleus has connection with what? That is endoplasmic reticulum, endoplasmic reticulum. If the endoplasmic reticulum has proteins, that is called ribophores. These proteins are called what? Ribophorins, ribophorins. If there is presence of ribophorins on the endoplasmic reticulum, it means that ribosome can easily attach with this. There are ribophorins or proteins that allow the ribosome to attach with the endoplasmic reticulum. Then this rough structure is called as rough endoplasmic reticulum, RER, that is rough endoplasmic reticulum. And if there is not any presence of what? If there is not any presence of ribophorin proteins, first and second, then this will be called as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. This will be called as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So this was about the structure. Then we will go towards another structure. That is what? That is Golgi apparatus. There will be one more structure that is called Golgi apparatus or Golgi complex. Golgi apparatus is one more structure there. And also what will be there? Here there will be one more structures. There will be more structures, that is, these are called lysosomes. There are presence of lysosomes also inside the cell. And there is one more structure, that is this outer membrane. This is the inner membrane. This is called mitochondria. This is called mitochondria. So I told you these are the different organelles that are found in the human being. And lysosomes, mitochondria, there are some more are there also. There are presence of lysosomes also. Lysosomes are also there. Suppose we will consider this as lysosome, and there is centrioles are also there. Remember, there are cylindrical bodies found in the cell which are perpendicular to each other. They are called as centrosome. The structure is called, whole structure is called centrosome. One is called centriole. Two centrioles are perpendicular to each other. Two centrioles along with centrosphere. This fluid, centrosphere, is called as centrosome. But I am showing only one centriole is here. This one is called centriole. And anything is more there that I have to tell: mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, double nucleus, Golgi plasma, lysosome. This is the complete structure. One more thing is there, I think, that is ribosome. Here, this is ribosome. Membraneless structure is ribosome. This is the structure of the human cell. This is the structure of the human cell. This is called a lysosome. The time is very less, but I am going to tell about these organelles one by one. See here. If I take remember one thing, that if I take the organelles in one by one in detail, it will take 30 lectures. But I am not going to tell the detail about the organelle. I will tell what you need. I told you there was external structure that is called a plasma membrane. First there is plasma membrane. There is what? There is plasma membrane. Plasma membrane is there. First, second, there is what? There is protoplasm. Then, I forgot. Inside the cell membrane, all the whichever component is inside the cell, that is called protoplasm. Once more, I will show them. First, you see here, plasma membrane, protoplasm. There is what? Inside the protoplasm. Protoplasm has two parts. Protoplasm consists of what? One is cytoplasm, another is nucleoplasm. Protoplasm consists of cytoplasm and nucleoplasm. Cytoplasm is what? Outside the nucleus, the fluid is called as cytoplasm. Inside the nucleus, the fluid is called as nucleoplasm. This whole consists is formed as a protoplasm. So third is cytoplasm membrane, protoplasm, cytoplasm, and nucleoplasm is there. Then there are cell organelles. Cell organelles are there. And nucleoplasm is covered by what? Nucleoplasm, that is, there is nucleus also. Nucleoplasm is covered by, so there is nucleus inside the cell, there are organelles. What are the cell organelles? Nucleus is cell organelle, and in cell organelles what are the cell? One is endoplasmic reticulum, I told. Then there is Golgi apparatus, I told. Then there is mitochondria, I told. Then endoplasmic apparatus, Golgi complex, mitochondria, lysosome. Then endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, mitochondria, lysosome. Anything more? These are organelles. Remember, ribosome is not considered as an organelle because organelle is any structure that is having the own membrane. Ribosome don't have the membrane. That is why ribosome is not considered in the organelles. But here, for the purpose, I will add here that is ribosome is also there. Ribosome, and here centriole is also not having the organelle. This membrane. That is why centriole will be also in the external part. So these are the parts of what? Plasma membrane will be cell, protoplasm consists of sort of C. This is the cell, this is called a plasma membrane. This whole, the whole is called inside, this is protoplasm. Inside the protoplasm, this is nucleoplasm, this is cytoplasm, this is nucleoplasm, okay? This fluid is cytoplasm, this fluid is nucleoplasm, okay? This is cell membrane that is covering. Remember one thing, inside the nucleus, then I will tell after I will tell this is protoplasm, cytoplasm and nucleoplasm. In the cell organelles, these will be the cell organelles inside the cytoplasm. Inside the cytoplasm, there will be cell organelles. These will be the cell organelles here. Endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, mitochondrial, lysosome, ribosomes and centrioles will be also in the cytoplasm portion. This was the structure of cell.